So how have you been? You been alright?
Yeah, not bad. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I'll be careful to only use the chunky ones because of how thick and curly your hair is. We're going to go down into a bit of a point at the bottom there.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. I don't know. Still your hair down first. And then... So I noticed you were wearing the t-shirt you're wearing. I think it's a pretty cool t-shirt. Or what is it? What's it signify?
Yeah, it's just
Rugby Minds, is that?
Yeah, it's a campaign we have, and I'm one of the ambassadors this year.
Okay.
With a girl called Rosie, and it's basically just aimed at bettering the cultures and welfare of rugby through all the rugby societies, men's, women's, IMS league that we have at the uni, and then hopefully beyond. So that's our kind of our vision, our ambition. We want to grow a bit, get some other unis, but at the minute, yeah, it's been going well. We do a load of stuff. We've ran some women's health talks, which have been great to talk about female health issues in sport, how it'll affect people with injuries, and kind of how it affects performance, which was really good. And I think a lot of the women's club got some stuff out of that. But yeah, this year we're looking to do some strapping workshops as well for some of the boys, help with their injury management.
Oh, okay.
Just to kind of increase the offering we give. And then kind of the big thing, our defining thing really, is the consent workshops we run.
Okay, what consent regarding?
Just kind of consent in sexual relationships, and nights out and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really good initiative that we started back in 2021 by Ray Crooks, one of our ambassadors, and she did a really good job setting it up after we had some issues with the attitudes in the men's club.
Okay.
And I think we've decided to implement it, and it's gone down really well. Couldn't have asked for a better reception really.
I could imagine with the mix of so much partying and alcohol and things that sometimes lines can get a bit blurred.
Yeah, well.
So it's probably a good thing to be making people aware of what should and shouldn't be, so to speak.
That's it, and it's not like, we're not standing there lecturing to the lads. That's not really how we feel we can get across to them. Mm-hmm. It's more of a conversation where everyone can just kind of put something in and hopefully get quite a lot out.
Yeah, no one likes to be told what to do as such.
Exactly.
If you can better people's understanding of what consent actually means, it can only be a good thing, can't it?
Yeah, and it's just about calling your mates out really. That's one of the big things for us, is just holding each other accountable.
Yeah,
and making sure that when someone takes it too far,
you're not playing your part if you just stand by and watch things happen, are you?
No, exactly.
If you know that something's wrong, you really, especially if it's your friends doing it, you really ought to be calling them up on it.
Yeah, and there's been a range of issues in Nottingham. There's been spiking epidemics and things like that. So it's just helping notice the signs of different types of behaviour, and then how we can mitigate and control and support really.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
So how many? How long has the workshop's been going on for?
We've just completed our third workshop.
Okay.
So first two were really successful, and obviously this is my first year being directly involved. And I remember when I received the workshop myself, and it's come a long way. We've got a lot of interest, and we've managed to make it a really good conversation.
So when the workshops are going on, are they just with the men's team, or do you involve the women's teams at the same time? Or?
We're lucky enough to get some really good input from the women's club.
Okay.
So they've kind of volunteered and come down and helped out over the past couple of years, and been able to share their perspectives, because Rosie and I can deliver as much as we want, but without the kind of the direct experiences that the women's club have been kind enough to share with us, it doesn't necessarily hit home.
The lived experiences will really help
Exactly.
get the message across, won't they? And
Yeah.
I suppose it's quite, well, I suppose anybody opening up about things that they've been through with regards to consent, or even the lads opening up about if they've maybe pushed boundaries or seen their friends doing things that they don't think should be right. It's it takes some doing. It's quite brave on their part to open up about these things, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think in the world we're in now, you won't necessarily go far before you find someone, male or female, who's had experiences or has friends who've had experiences.
Yeah.
So it's something everybody has a personal relationship with. But at the same time, as a bloke in this climate, you know, we can't necessarily convey the message as profoundly without the help of the women's club.
Yeah.
And we get it's a difficult thing for them to do, and they're difficult workshops to deliver. They you know, quite a big trigger warning surrounding them, because that content can, you know, be really damaging to some people. So yeah, we're lucky enough to have support from the uni as well through it all, and support from everything.
I suppose I take it you and Rosie can support each other as well, because
Yeah.
if you're having to deal with it constantly, not obviously the consent as such, but dealing with the topics and delivering it and everything else, it can play a part in taking its toll on you guys as well, I guess.
Yeah, and this is the first year that we've had 2 Rugby Minds ambassadors, and I think there's real value in having a guy and a girl leading the programme, because, I mean, once again, diversity of opinion, diversity of experience only breeds, you know, a more positive environment, in my opinion. And yeah, it's brilliant to be able to draw on things from both sides.
And definitely the different perspectives of being invaluable, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and we get to feed off each other and bounce ideas off each other, and it's just conducive to a really positive environment.
Sounds brilliant. So, is there anything else Rugby Minds? Is it just focusing at the moment on the consent, or?
We do loads of other stuff. We've had fundraisers last year for Liam, one of the men's rugby coaches, for his son, and we've got a whole program of things throughout the year. Our main kind of way we are able to fund this and able to carry out all the good work we do is through selling t-shirts, which is why you've seen them about, because that's our main tool of messaging, really. So
I've seen the stores at the games and things. So.
Yeah, so we've had some good uptake on the t-shirts this year and last year, and
I'll make sure to pick one up next time I come down to watch a game.
Good man. Have you had much experience being you know, in quite a male-dominated environment such as a barbershop?
Yeah, I think obviously it's not quite the same when you're thinking about consent with regards to a night out and the drinking culture and things like that.
Yeah.
But these days, with barbering is needing to become more sort of inclusive.
Yeah.
So we have to think about, not necessarily, I don't know if consent's the right word, but we definitely need to think about making the barbershop a safe space for anybody who thinks that the skills that we have as barbers are suitable to the way that they want their hair cutting.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
So we've got quite a few different customers that come in that identify in different ways, and we just want to treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's something, a haircut that our skills don't work for, then the barbershop's not necessarily the best place to come. But there's definitely shorter styles and some more gender fluid styles. Our skills can definitely lend themselves towards.
Yeah, brilliant.
So yeah, we definitely try and be as welcoming as we can to everybody.
Well, that's good, because one of the things we touch on in our consent workshops is the language that people use, and you often get with spaces that were perhaps originally exclusively male, that language can sometimes be a bit problematic.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, just about calling your mates out on and holding everyone accountable. And I suppose when you're, as a business, looking, you know, you're welcoming people of kind of all identifications, then it's something you yourself will be pretty hot on, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, even this weekend just gone, someone brought in their son to have his haircut, and he can be quite anxious about having his haircut, but the haircut went really well, and this person's been coming to us for quite some time, and they're non-binary, so having a haircut that is affirming to them just goes such a long way in making them feel good about themselves. I'm just going to pop a little bit of product in this now and blow dry it.
Lush.
I've not taken, like I say, there's definitely some length come out the top and some weight.
Yeah.
If you want to have a quick feel of that before I do blow dry it,
I'm happy, yeah.
Is it starting to shape up all right?
Yeah.
From the looks of things?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.